Guardians, what's going on? Blue Knight here. Today I want to show you how easily you can solo the Birthplace of the Vile Grandmaster Nightfall on Prismatic Warlock. I want to say that I did this on the first try. I watched my previous video, which I'll put up in the card, and I got inspiration from it. I was like, all right, so we've done this before. Let's check where the champions are. Let's do this. Let's do that. You know, doing a little bit of research on it. And then I was like, you know, all right, I want to use s.a.b.e.r because I saw something in the seasonal artifact that arc compounding, so arc sources deal increased damage to blind targets, and s.a.b.e.r does just that. We'll get into that. So I wanted to try this build out with the Rhymecoat Raiment exotic Warlock armor, and we first timed it. It requires a little bit of discipline, but we'll get into all that stuff. So anyway, thank you all so much for the love and support. You know, we're over I think we're 511, 512 subs. So I appreciate y'all very much. I want to see 525. Let's say that's the next goal, 525. All right. I appreciate y'all very much. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you think this video will help others do what I'm about to show you, then share it with them. I appreciate y'all very much. Let's get right into the subclass. We're using Song of Flame for the super. It's absolutely amazing. The amount of damage resistance you get in this thing comes in clutch. You know, for many different things, there are each encounter in this GM, you can do different things with this build. If you want to be a little bit more advantageous in some spots, you can use this more often and you know, try and live and, you know, it'd be exciting, but you can also use it defensively. So if you're getting pushed by a bunch of Screeb, and you can use this and you will hopefully live because, yeah, the damage resistance. So Song of Flame, Winter's Wrath, I believe got a buff or is getting a buff. Let me know in the comments if that's true. I believe the Wandering Supers got a buff today, 11, 19, 24. I'll have to look into that, or let me know in the comments. But yeah, it could be an option, but we did it with this. Abilities, Healing Rift, our primary source of healing. We're going to be getting it back pretty often with the ability regen that we have. Then we have Burst Glide, probably the only Warlock movement I'll ever use. Arcane Needle, I want this for the Unraveling. Its damage over time creates tangles. You can throw them at things. It's more damage, AoE damage. It applies Unraveling. It's just, I highly recommend these. If you didn't want to run Arcane Needle, I would suggest running Penumbral Blast, because in the seasonal artifact, collecting stasis shards after your next stasis melee freeze, it'll create stasis crystals and shards and all that stuff. So just, you can use this, but we're not really going to be in there soloing this, so I use Arcane Needle. Healing Grenade, this is our secondary source of healing and our primary way of using our exotic chest piece to activate our aspect, the Bleak Watcher turret. That's what this getup is all about. So yeah, aspects, Bleak Watcher turret. Then we got Feed the Void. Last season, I believe it was the season of Getaway Artists. This season, I believe it's going to be the season of Rhymecoat Raiment, because it's a lot of fun, to be honest. You can be offensive with it, you can be defensive with it. It just works. So yeah, there's this. Fragments, we have Faceted Protection, must have. Final boss room, you're going to be surrounded. Even if it's just the boss, you're going to be surrounded. Must have. Get this. Use this. Secondly, Faceted Balance. We're using this for the second half. Rapidly defeating targets with darkness damage grants grenade energy. Our primary ammo weapon and our heavy ammo weapon are both darkness. Our Bleak Watcher turret is darkness. Our melee is darkness damage. So it's just all... so rapidly defeating targets with darkness damage grants grenade energy. And that's the whole thing. We want grenade energy to get more Bleak Watcher turrets down. That's why we're using that. Facet of Ruin because because we have stuff that deals with both ignitions and stasis crystals and frozen combatants. So increases the size and damage of the burst when you shatter a stasis crystal or frozen target, and increases the area of effect of solar ignitions. So we're freezing things and creating stasis crystals with our Bleak Watcher turret, and then we are igniting things with our Song of Flame abilities. Then we have Facet of Devotion. This is another one that I highly recommend. Defeating targets afflicted with stasis or strand debuffs grant bonus light transcendence energy. The only way we can make light transcendence energy is s.a.b.e.r, which we are not going to be doing primarily. So that's why this will be great, because it kind of works like Facet of Grace, where this is defeating targets with kinetic weapons grants you bonus transcendence energy. This doesn't necessarily grant you bonus all transcendence energy, but it grants you bonus light transcendence energy because you're not really using light damage things. Your Song of Flame super does count as light damage, so super kills will give you more light. Not proccing this, but it'll give you actually this. What is this? Bonus light transcendence energy. So it doesn't do anything with darkness. So, or anyway. Erase the part about Facet of Devotion. Up next, we have Facet of Devotion. Defeating targets afflicted with stasis or strand debuffs grant bonus light transcendence energy. The reason why we want this is because the only way we're going to be getting light transcendence energy is s.a.b.e.r, which we're not going to be primarily using. So this is a way that we can get transcendence back faster with just using darkness weapons and abilities. And then we have Facet of Command. Freezing or suppressing a target reloads your equipped weapons and increases weapon stability, aim assist, and airborne effectiveness. Defeating a frozen or suppressed target creates a stasis shard or void breach. So we can both freeze and suppress. Our Transcendence Grenade, Freezing Singularity, throw a mass of void energy and stasis matter on impact, deploying a miniature black hole orbited by a slowing field. After a short duration, the black hole implodes. The slowing field can freeze, so there's freezing. And then the black hole implodes, suppressing and dealing heavy damage to all nearby targets. And then we also can suppress. So just our Transcendence Grenade alone can reload weapons. And then we have the freezing effect of our Bleak Watchers that can proc Facet of Command. I believe it's on a 10-second cooldown. If I'm 10 to 15 second cooldown, but our Bleak Watcher turrets can last about that time. So that's why we're using it, just so we don't have to reload as much. There's a flaw in my armor, and I'll go over it whenever we get to there, but it would help me out. But hey, we were still able to do it first try. On to the weapons. Disparity. Rapid hit headstone. We want headstone for the stasis crystals that it's going to be making, because our tonic deals with increasing damage whenever they shatter, and rapid hit, so that way we reload it faster. We're going to be aiming for crits anyway because of headstone, so that's why, and it's craftable. If you didn't want to use this and you wanted to use something else like a grenade launcher in the primary slot, Lost Signal is great. Lost Signal will help you deal with overload champs with the Breach Load Grenade Launcher perk, so it is an option. It will work very well on this. I might do a build with this eventually, but we're doing this one because this one was a lot of fun. So yeah, Disparity, that's what we're using. You might see a Wicked Implement build soon. I'm going to try it out. Not sure if I'm going to like it, though. Not really going to go into too much detail with it. I might just make a video about it. All right, so Disparity, onto our energy slot, our exotic weapon, s.a.b.e.r. You never have to reload this thing. Straight up, I'm just going to be honest with you. So let's see here. It has this magazine continuously draws ammo from reserves. The magazine also enables firing arc projectiles that detonate on impact. So it's a hive boomer. We all know and love them. We turn into that's a hive boomer. And so we are launching, and they fly pretty straight. So, all right, so we never have to reload it. Now we have Loyal Moths. Final blows and rapid direct hits with this weapon create a Loyal Moth. The Moth will seek out nearby targets and detonate, damaging and blinding them. So this weapon can blind things. That's important for our seasonal artifact. And then we have the Catalyst, which I didn't have until I spent 40 minutes in, I can't remember the name of it, Grasp of Avarice. I spent 40 minutes in there getting all 500 kills I think you needed for it. And finally got it. And then I realized that I don't think it was necessary because the Catalyst weapon enrages faster while amplified. Final blows with this weapon make you amplified. So you get a final blow with it, it makes you amplified, and then it enrages faster. And the enrage, it does more damage, it shoots faster. I believe it does more damage. I know it shoots faster, and it reloads faster. So, but not a must in my opinion. We use amplified a little bit to kind of run faster. Other than that, not really game changing. Other option could be a good velocity baton. I do not have a very good roll. I need to go grind the dungeon, but and then this week's weapon is the Adept Wild Style. So I didn't get too good of rolls here, but you can get like disorienting, auto loading, incandescent. And I believe that's what I have on my roll that I kept. So, yeah, be on the lookout for something like that for the wild style. Now on to the heavy. We just got this from Banshee. I'm just not going to lie. So, Envious Arsenal, bait and switch, spike grenades, countermass. It does work. We don't use it enough in the GM, though, but, you know, hindsight's 2020. I could have used it more, you know, and punched the boss's health a lot quicker. But like I said, hindsight's 2020. We got through it, and we're going to go through it here in a little bit. On to our artifact. Now, first column. We're using a pulse rifle, so we have unstoppable pulse. We're technically, X-Dirus is a breach load grenade launcher. So overload, breach load, grenade launcher, because there are overload and unstoppable champs in this GM. And then we have authorized mods melee. The armor energy costs of all armor mods affecting your melee are significantly discounted. Are we using this? I do not believe so. But you got to have 3 in this column to go to the next one. Talking about that, the next one. We're using 1 with Frost. So while Frost armor is active, Stasis weapon gain increased reload speed and stability. Stasis swords get stuff too, but we're not using that. So 1 with Frost. How are we getting Frost armor? Top of the third column, Wind Chill. Rapid Stasis weapon precision hits grants you a stack of Frost armor. We're using a Stasis pulse rifle primarily. That's how we're getting the Frost armor. So while Frost armor is active, our Frost armors reload. Our Stasis weapons reload faster. I need to slow down. So here's those 2. Then we have Fell the Revenant. Must have, in my opinion. Deal increased weapon damage to Scorn. Everything Scorn. You want this. Like the final boss, every single thing in this is Scorn. So, must have. And then we have Emergency Flare. Again, hindsight being 2020. This is not necessary because Emergency Flare or Emergency Reinforcement is the only reason why we have armor charges. So it not consuming all of the armor charges would be great if we had weapon empowerments or something like that, but we don't. So if I had to change anything, I would take this off and go with this. Just because dealing damage with grenade launcher temporarily increases the reload speed of grenade launchers. Our heavy grenade launcher, we will have to reload it. And we don't have to, but I want to keep up with bait and switch. So this will help. And this really isn't necessary. The only thing in the third column we already went over. The fourth column, we have Armor of Aramis. While Frost Armor is active, taking critical damage from combatants causes you to emit a freezing burst. This will help you a lot in the final boss room. If you get overrun by ads and the boss, you'll go to critical. I believe it happens to us a couple times. Everything around you will freeze, and then you're able to punch your way out of it. And it'll help you. So I would highly recommend running this. And then Hail the Storm, we're using the boost to this in our tonics. So shattering stasis crystals releases shards of ice that damage and slow combatants, and then the boost is shattering frozen targets and stasis crystals deals increased damage on top of that increased damage from our subclass. So must have. This is the tonic we're using as well. And then concussive reload, s.a.b.e.r. Using a grenade launcher to damage a boss champion, damage a champion, or a breaking combatant shield weakens them. Weaken means that they take more damage. Why not use it? So we're doing more damage to them because we're weakening them. Remember when I said earlier that s.a.b.e.r. can blind things? Remember that. It's because fifth column at the bottom, arc compounding. Arc sources deal increased damage to blind targets. So we use s.a.b.e.r. So we just hold left click, hold your shoot button, and it'll shoot, and then it'll shoot, and then it'll shoot, and then shoot, and then shoot, and it chunks because it weakens, and it's blinding the things that it's hitting. So your arc sources deal increased damage to it. This is what made me want to run s.a.b.e.r. Was this, and it works. It does. It chunks, and ammo's not a problem with our perks, with our options that we have on armor and weapons. So yeah. And then we have Brain Freeze. Frozen combatants become surrounded by chill fog, which slows combatants that aren't already frozen or slowed. So, and it can freeze things. So it's just more stuff to be frozen and done more damage to. On to, I said the weapon stuff. On Disparity, we are running Special Ammo Finder Enhancement. I forgot to mention that before. And then on our helmet, talking about that, we will go to the armor. First and foremost, resilience. You want to get up to 100 first. Tier 10 resilience is a must-have for everything, in my opinion. Do it. On any class. Titan, Warlock, Hunter, anything, do it. And then I have a tier 8 recovery and a tier 9 discipline. Even if I put this 3 into that, that would be 99. It doesn't matter if I had it there or not. Unless I didn't want a tier 8 recovery, which I do. So one day I'll get a double 100 build with this, but it's not going to be today. So anyway, those are the stats down here. Now let's talk about what is actually on our armor. On our helmet, we have a special ammo finder to help with the special ammo finder thing on Disparity. And then we have Stasis Siphon. So Stasis Weapon, Final Blows, our heavy grenade launcher, and our pulse rifle are going to create orbs of power. This is where the oopsie happened. This is from the last video still. If I had to do this again, I would just do double this, or maybe things that deal with maybe something like this, and then grants class ability, powered melee, final blows create orbs of power, maybe something like that too. But I had it on double arc. I would have maybe something like this, because I do use my powered melee things to take out a couple of combatants, so that orb of power would be nice because of what is on our legs, but we'll get there. On to the chest piece. Yes, these are 2 double 3 things, and we don't even really need that 5. And here is the reason. I didn't know emergency reinforcement was a thing until I Googled it, because of that one artifact mod that I said that it doesn't matter. We don't really need it. So when your shield becomes broken, you gain temporary damage reduction. Okay, so now when your shield gets broken, you freeze everything, and now you take damage reduction. Consuming 3 or more stacks of armor charge, granting you a longer duration to the damage reduction for each charge consumed. So you'll have more damage reduction for longer the more armor charges. Well, the only thing we're doing with armor charges is this. So 100% worth having this. And then we're running void resistance. The snipers in this are void. They are going to be your main threat. I highly recommend, if you can't swing 2 3s, if you need this slot to be like a 4 for recovery or resilience, then I would suggest running a double void single concussive if you can do it, or double void single solar if you need to do something. Double void single solar is like bare minimum, I would say. And then void solar with a concussive damper will be the mid tier better, and then max tier I would say would be this right here, the emergency reinforcement, void resistance, and concussive damper. On to the legs. The reason why we also want to make orbs is not only for the orb of like the armor charge, but every time we pick it up, this is our tertiary form of healing. We don't have shoot to loot. During the run, I think multiple times, man, it sure would be nice to have shoot to loot now, but we're not using anything with shoot to loot, so we're not really going to be running out and doing a lot of we're not going to be running out and doing a lot of picking up of orbs just for no reason. So that's why this is tertiary healing. But it can help. It can help, especially with powerful attraction on our bond, and we'll get there. But and then anyway, stasis holster, so that way we can use our heavy GL. We can use it until it's dry and then stow it, and this will slowly reload it over time. It'll also work on disparity. And then stasis scavenger, so that way we'll be creating more ammo for our energy weapon with our weapons. But every time we spawn a heavy brick for our stasis heavy, we will pick up more ammo with this. Then we have the bond, powerful attraction, so that way we don't have to run out all willy-nilly for orbs to heal ourselves with this. We can just use our class ability, like in the final boss room, we can use that, and orbs around us will come to us and heal us and all that stuff, and you'll see it in the final boss encounter, but this does come in handy. Then we have bomber, so reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability. And then we have distribution. We are going to be near targets a bunch in the final boss encounter, so if anything, if you were really confident, I would do double distribution instead of this 3 energy. I would do double distribution, but I like the feel of this combo better, in my opinion. Let's look at the tonics. The tonic that we used was this one, the potent tonic of stasis crystallization. I am not going to go sit in the onslaught activity just for a volatile nugget. And even then, the damage boost that you get from blue matches the damage boost that you get from the purple tonics of this, but this only lasts for 44 seconds while the other one lasts for 66 seconds. So it's not necessarily a must. I didn't realize that I didn't have a tonic until we were already in the GM. So this 144-minute tonic lasted me the entire time. But you might have to reapply it because it took me like just over 44 minutes to complete the GM. So this could have worked if I took it at the very beginning, but I didn't. So just do that with what you will. You can do tonics in the middle of GMs. Remember that. All right, well, that is the subclass and the build and everything. So without further ado, let's jump into the run. All right, so here we are in the run. Yeah, I still can't believe I got this on the first try. It's a fun run. It does do a lot of damage to the final boss, but you gotta be disciplined. You gotta have discipline. You gotta use your abilities effectively, which I do not do in the final boss room, but we do end up making it. So don't fear about that. All right, here at the beginning, there's gonna be an unstop and like 4 combatants up here in front of you. You just need to get rid of them. Don't do what I do. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I haven't played Destiny in a while, and so I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna shoot things. What I would now do here at the beginning is throw my grenade first, so it freezes like this while it's around everything, and then do a little bit of damage to it. The beginning here, sloppy. Just throw your grenade first, then get the stun on it for the shatter, and maybe use s.a.b.e.r to weaken it. But hey, see, it can be sloppy, and you still get through it. All right, you can hop on your skimmer. Go down here at the bottom. If you don't have a skimmer, that's fine. You just won't be able to do this right here. We jump over. You'll have to get off and jump over and then respawn it if you want to. Don't make sure your vehicle is nowhere near you for this next part, because if it blows up, you will die if it's near you. Throw your turret closer to you, a little bit more defensively. The slow is what freezes the champions. And then here we are using this. I am just trying to get the stun. I'm going to do a little bit more damage here. I'm trying to get the stun on him again, so that way we can just continue. And I'm just focusing on this guy. So to be honest, I'm sitting here at this point. I'm like, all right, we're good. There's one guy in front of me, and then I start getting shot in the back. I realize this guy's behind me. But hey, guess what? Dealing darkness or defeating things with darkness gives you bonus light transcendence. So we have transcendence energy here, and we're just gonna take them out. So they can TP behind you if you're standing on this ridge, so be careful about that. Up next, I'm going to throw a grenade down here in the middle, and it's going to attract a lot of things that spawn. If you aren't in Transcendence, now would be the time to go Transcendent, just because there's going to be a lot of things that spawn in. There's an Unstop and the boss. You can take the boss out before the Unstop, and you'll be fine. Be careful of the Raiders. The Raiders are the things... They're the reason why we have the void damage resistance on our chest piece. They will one-shot you if you do not have at least one void damage resistance. So, don't worry about anything but the Raiders, is what I'm doing here. And then we worry about the boss. We're able to get our grenade back before our other grenade goes down. So, it's crazy. You see how much damage we just did. And we don't have a tonic active right now. Here in a little bit, actually, I think, is when I'm like, hey, Tonics. I wanted to get out of the way because we have no arc damage resistance. So this guy being an abomination is arc, and that would hurt. You can see there's no shortage of ammo. We're full. We're passing a brick. So, well, we picked that one up. It gave us 1. This next room, there's 2 ways to do it. We're going to do it the easy way. We're going to stand right here where I'm stopping. We're going to stand here after activating the plate. So we're going to run up here, activate the plate, and get the heck back out of dodge. We're going to activate our grenade. We're going to throw it on which side they're spawning. I heard them spawning on the right, so I threw it. The non-safe method, it would be to stand on the plate and super and hope that the Screebs don't kill you. I forgot I had s.a.b.e.r here, so I'm like, oh, I need to just shoot them, shoot the arm, shoot something. I should have used s.a.b.e.r. The explosive damage from that would have been able to pop, or would have been able to shatter them, no problem. Hindsight's 20/20 though. I'll learn on the next. I'll, implement that on the next run. I ended up doing it here, but I should have thought of it sooner. And this is all we do. We're just gonna sit here, create ammo, and stay safe. The faster you take stuff out, the faster it'll spawn in. So if you can, I remember last season that this was in was the season of the Polaris Lance, and I actually completed this without using Polaris Lance. That was like the big get up at the time. It was the season of Polaris Lance, and I beat it without using the meta weapon. So, but anyway, the ignitions that season were nuts. So you took stuff out super fast. We're able to take stuff out pretty fast too. We can have 2 to 3 turrets up at a time. With how much we're about half on our grenade already, and we just threw another one. And now we're full. I mean, that gave us a massive chunk. All those enemies exploding on the left. Be careful of those grenades. Those will end your run. That's another reason why we have void damage resistance, because it will hurt. We have our grenade already. If we were using a different exotic, like Osmiomancy, the Screebs would one-shot our turrets. Whereas, as you saw there, quite a few Screebs blew up around our turrets, and it didn't take them out. So, they have a lot more HP, I feel. I don't know 100%. Let me know in the comments if you think they do as well. You'll know everything has stopped spawning in when you don't hear the spawn sound. Just being honest. Be careful. There will more than likely be things behind the pillars in front of me. So, or the obelisk things. So just be careful about that. And that's this section. After everything is done spawning in, you just sit here and cap the point. This next room, don't go up there quite yet. I'm just picking up ammo, making sure we're good. So I'm going to throw a grenade out here. It ends up going off the ledge because I threw it so far, and I realized that as I saw it flying through the air, I was like, man, that's unfortunate. So I try to just get the crit shot kill, and so that way headstone will proc, and then I'll be able to get the extra damage. Actually, right now is when I was like, wait, I don't have extra damage, because I don't have anything going. There's that tonic. So we were already 7 minutes in, and the tonic expired after we got out. So don't do this. Focus on the people to your left. Take out this champion later. I'm like, all right, let's do what we did last time we did this GM, when it was grenade launcher overload champ, and we used Dragon's Breath to pretty much two-shot him. I knew that was gonna hit, so I swapped, and I was like, all right, let's get bait and switch. There's bait and switch. All right, next shot. And I was like, oh crap, I need to hit the stun on him again. I need to stun him again. I looked, he was back to full HP. So don't do this. Focus on the people over here on the left. That's why unless you can hit your shots, you're better than me. Just don't do this. I'm trying to proc headstone on this guy to get some armor, to get some, what is that? Stasis, the stasis armor. It's slipping my mind right now. Anyway, I know we're good on ammo. I know I can come back and get ammo too, so that's why I'm using s.a.b.e.r. I see things that are frozen there, so I choose to do damage to them, so that way our tonic that we just took can take effect and do more damage to things. These are all orange bars. So if you took out that champion that with the overload at the beginning, all of these guys would retreat back to the door that you go through to exit this area. Because we didn't take him out, once you take out all but 2, so right now there's only 2 left. The guy on the right's leaving, and he's already jumped over. He went invisible and jumped over, and then this guy I take out. So once the last 2 are there, they will then retreat, but now there's an overload and unstop. Overload's in the far back. We're going to worry about the unstop. So we're going to throw our grenade in front of those 2 tall obelisks up there and see how it's going after that guy. Then we're going to stun him, then get that damage over time on him. Now we're going to get the weaken on him as well as stun them. We're going to get the weaken again, and then where he's blind. So we're trying to get the extra damage, but he keeps moving. Remember, this guy's an abomination, so it's going to hurt. So I just decide, hey, it might be slow. Like, these are my exact thoughts right now. Hey, it might be slow, but it's safe. I need to play behind cover and just use my pulse rifle and get the shatters on him. Because I didn't get any eliminations with any darkness energy, I didn't get the buff in grenade energy regen, so here we are just kind of waiting for the grenade to come up. It's up. I wait because this guy's already almost dead. There we go. Now we're going to move forward. We're going to throw the grenade and use it to take everything out. Be careful of the invincible turret things that the chieftain can put up. I strongly dislike it, but anyway, I'm waiting. I'm trying to get the slow to stun him. It's not working, so I'm just going to use this grenade. Luckily, it pulls him in and immediately applies the slow, so I'm able to get up here and do some damage. While he's frozen, I kind of line up some shots. I see that I'm low, so I adjust. We stun him again. We're going to throw our last grenade here, and there's that champion. So both champions are taken out, and now we just take out the rest. I jump across here. They will rush you if you jump across. I forgot about that. I saw ammo back here. I was like, you know what? I might as well go grab this ammo. I need it. It almost gets us. It almost gets us to full. I believe full is 39 rounds. Yeah, it gives us 32. So not horrible. But we had more than before. That shotgun can roll with heel clip incandescent, so just look out for that because that's a good roll. It's a good shotgun. It's a slug frame, pinpoint slug. We're gonna use our grenade here because we have a little bit of a run. The stuff does push us. There's 2 takedowns with darkness damage, and we're halfway to our next regen. I'm literally sitting here looking like, dude. There's 5 energy bricks. We didn't have to go back and pick anything up. If I knew that we were going to create that much energy ammo there, why would I go back? But anyway, again, hindsight 2020, at least we had the ammo. You know, I didn't know if they were going to spawn that much ammo. This next area, you're going to want to throw a grenade at the door before it opens, so it hits it and falls. It'll freeze everything. That's what I do, at least. You don't necessarily have to, but you want to get the timing down. So you throw it, and then it falls and freezes everything. That guy actually gets out. Everything else gets frozen, so I decided to take them out. And then that last guy is easy enough. If you don't catch them, they'll kind of go invisible and push you. I realize I stunned the overload champ, so I'm like, oh, I am all in on the overload. Let me at him. Where is he? We take that guy out because that guy can be a round ender. I'm missing this guy because I'm moving so much. I want to keep hitting him with this because it's the stun. That was kind of sloppy, but hey, it worked. We're here. I should have just gone straight in after him with the GL and stood still because damage resistance and being surrounded and being supered and all that stuff. Throw your grenade far enough here. Once the champion and everything has been taken out, the remainder stuff will scoot on back towards the teleporter. That guy's a Bane, so just be careful. They do a lot of damage. He has an arc grenade launcher, but it actually doesn't do that much damage because of the concussive damper. That guy's been taken out. And then I didn't realize the raider died. I was like, all right, where's that last guy? Looking around for him. I was like, I hear the chain, so I'm kind of freaking out, but didn't see anything. Clear the corruption. We're going to go through the teleporter. You're going to be back in this area. Let me say that again. You will be back in this area. Any ammo that you create right now in this area, keep in this area. Don't pick it up. I picked up that one. I guess it gave me 8 rounds. Cool. Hindsight being 2020, don't pick up any ammo you make. You will be back in this area to pick it up again. Remember that. I'm sitting here pointing at my monitor. Remember that. I choose to use the turrets a little bit defensively here. I forgot that you have to jump across both of the pillars. You have to jump to the second pillars on the far left and right in order to spawn in the people that will run at you. And I didn't realize that, so I'm like, all right, everything's taken out. And then I see, hold on a second, those two trails, and I'm like, oh, crud. I forgot about those guys. I need to back up. Once you come back to this platform, that you're kind of out of their LOS. They're not going to shoot at you, and you can hit them. So just go, just at the beginning, jump to the second pillar, and then come back, and everything will be spawned in, and you'll just be able to take it all out in one big swoop. There will be a bunch of Screebs still. As you can see, there's like 4 left there. Just get ready for them. They were all pretty low, so I was able to take them out easier. The next time we're in this room, it's a little bit harder, and I might almost die to them, so just remember that. I know we're going to be creating ammo, even if this guy makes ammo, I'm not going to pick it up. That was my, you know, hey. I accidentally grabbed that ammo back there too. Hindsight being 2020, I just now realized it, so I don't think I left any ammo in there. Hey, we make it through. Don't worry. This room. I go Transcendent, and there's going to be 2 Unstop champs that spawn left and right down there. Just pick one of them, go Transcendent, and hyper-focus them. You're going to freeze them. You're going to weaken them. You're gonna suppress them. You're just, like, everything is going to die in that area. The guy on the right's not going to want any smoke, so as long as you don't leave this doorway, as long as you stay in this doorway, that the guy on the right will just hide behind the middle pillar, behind that middle whatever it is down there. You'll see him here in a second. That guy. All right, so I'm like, all right, where's the rest of them? Where's the other champion? I'm waiting for him. Don't see him. And then I see that little glowing thing. I'm like, man, why is he hiding back there? And then I realize, oh, I guess he just didn't want any smoke. So we're going to use our grenade because the next thing that we're going to use is going to be our super. So again, I like this combo because we can stun with the pulse rifle, and then we can get the full shatter damage on him with the tonic. And we're just taking our time. I'm trying to get my grenade up. And so there's a lot of our grenade. This first plate is going to be the play on the left. I'll show you the spawns here in a second. There's going to be one spawn here, one spawn back left, one spawn back right. There's back left. There's back right. Here's this. So we're just going to have to get on the plate and fight for our life. Do use your super. Remember the guy in the middle that spawns. After this first wave of enemies spawn, there's going to be a shielded guy in the middle. I waited a little bit to use my super. If you have to get off for a little bit, that's fine. It just pauses the whatchamacallit. I see that this guy spawned in. I just need to do more. I just need to take him out. I know we have extra ammo. I know what our ammo capability is. So just use energy weapons. Use X-Dirus. It's the exotic weapon that we're using. I go ahead and use the grenade there to go ahead and end the super faster. So that way, I was hoping to get it back much faster than I actually did. But anyway, looking for ammo. We will not be back in this area. So grab all the ammo. I'm full, and I believe there's some energy ammo up here. Maybe not. Maybe nope, there's no energy ammo up here. I'm misremembering things. All right, the right plate, the second plate. I'm going to show you the spawns. There's the plate. We're going to stay there. Back left is there. Back right is there, and down the stairs is there. Those are the 3 spawns. I'm going to try and get my grenade to see all 3 of the spawns up there. The 2 people on the back left, back right have to jump across the ravine. So you have a little bit of, they're stuck in an animation. You have some time. We're going to go Transcendence. We're going to get everybody. We're just going to suck everybody into a group, freeze them, and explode them here in a second down below. There's everything that's gone. We have Devour. There's this guy that spawns in. We have a grenade. Throw it at him. I remember, use our ammo. Just use it. So, s.a.b.e.r coming in clutch, doing a lot of damage. And that's the second plate. Now, you could just go. But that's not me. I want the ammo. That's honestly why I'm taking these guys out. And this is my honest thoughts in this moment was I could go, but no, I want the ammo. I had a friend. He caught me off guard. I was looking around. All right, where's ammo? Anything else? No? All right. I thought that was an enemy. So we do this. I know that we have extra ammo. I create a stasis crystal from them. Don't know what that does. Just looks, I like doing it. Anyway, we're going to pick up ammo. Like I said before, we're not going to be back in this room. And that explosion created a lot of energy ammo down here at the very beginning. So we're full on all ammo, and there's still bricks on the ground. You can use your ammo weapons a little bit more. This next room, there's going to be an unstoppable champ. Time it right. See how I canceled it? Time it right like this. And then just go to town with s.a.b.e.r. Because we're not coming back to this area. And I was like, you know what? We're bound to create ammo in this room. I knew that shot was going to take him out. I thought it was. It didn't, but there you go. Everything's taken out. s.a.b.e.r is so fun. We didn't create any energy ammo. So I'm kind of womping right now. We're amplified. Going through this next teleporter. You're going to be back in this area. Any ammo, keep it. Don't pick it up. Very important. Anyway, now, to clear them, use your grenades. Be super careful. These corrupted ravagers, remember them. They will come after you. If you are on the ground when they slam their little anvil thing, you will be frozen. They will then shatter you and do a lot of damage. So remember them. Just back up, play it smart, and remember that they are a thing. We're going to jump across here. Now those guys over there. We don't have our grenade quite yet, but we're able to freeze stuff. I'm not honestly sure how we were able to freeze stuff. I took out these guys. Now we're going to go back around. The reason why I didn't jump on the plate is because I didn't want to interrupt the overload that's over there. I'm wanting to find ammo. I'm wanting to make ammo for myself. There were a lot of things shooting at me, so I ended up backing up. Took out most things there. Unfortunately, 2 things did fall off. They still create ammo if they fall off. I didn't check. You'll see me be very careful in this part with my jumps. I will not just willy-nilly jump out there because I have died too many times from what I like to call Warlock things. Warlock mains will understand. Actually, a lot of people in Destiny, no matter what class, Warlock or Destiny sometimes likes to just take your jump. Be careful about this guy. Do use your grenade. Do use some abilities. Nothing will happen to you until you step through the teleporter. Remember that. We got bait and switch. I'm trying to get a stun on him with the grenade as well as the slow. There we go. He didn't create any ammo, but that's all right because we have plenty of time to make ammo. Plenty. This room. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. Stay outside the door. My opinion, I should have transcended faster, then used my grenade so these guys didn't get through. But just use your transcendence. There are 2 overload champions in the back left and back right of the room. They will put up those invincibility barrier things. Just remember that. One of them is frozen. Those things. They're annoying. I'm waiting. I didn't want to do anything because I wanted to throw my grenade, my Bleak Watcher turret. I wanted to throw that out there, so I waited. And now just pick one of the champions. Once everything else is taken out, hyper-focus one of the champions. They're weakened. We're chunking with s.a.b.e.r. There we go. Now that thing is blinded, so we're doing more damage to them with the thing that stuns them. There's a lot of enemies coming up. I knew that I didn't create a lot of ammo, but there's a lot of enemies coming up, and I can use my grenades in this area. Even then, full is 39, we're at 31. Big ramp area. Stay up here. I use Transcendence. I should have used my grenade before using Transcendence. Hindsight's 2020. Toss it down there. There's going to be a lot of things that run up. They'll only run about halfway up, though. But they can shoot you, as you can see. So, use your abilities. Use your melees. And then I get a grenade. Use the grenade. The damage you get with one ability charges the others. So I knew that I was getting ready to run out of Transcendence there, so I saved it so that way I could have at least more than one melee charge, just in case if I needed it. I know I'm going to be creating a lot of energy ammo here, so I just go ahead and use this. Use some s.a.b.e.r. It's going to weaken things. It's going to do more damage to blinded targets. There's the first mini-boss. There's another mini-boss further down. We're going to get some shatter damage on multiple things. You can take this mini-boss, that named mini-boss down there. You can take him out before taking out the champions. They won't despawn. So, don't be afraid. The champions, until you get close enough for them to damage you, you have to go inside their DPS radius. They won't move. So you see them over there. They're not going to shoot at you. They're not going to hurt you. Just stay back. Use your abilities to do some damage. That's why we want Arcane Needle, too, for that ranged melee. That damage over time. I could blow up. I think I do blow up that Strand Tangle here in a little bit. Maybe. Maybe not. Nope. I think it... Nope, it's still there. Never mind. I thought I did. All right, so now I'm sitting here thinking, what am I going to do with the Unstops? I thought there was a third Unstop, but there's not. There's only two. I decided to go after the guy on the top. Hindsight being 2020, throw my grenade first, then start shooting him. I wanted to draw him out. I didn't have to. Grenade was a little far, but it's all right. It bounces off the back wall, makes a good recovery, and it freezes him. So now we're going to get the stun. I should have, again, hindsight being 2020, shoot, stun, then melee, so that way it gets full shatter damage. I'm trying to get a weaken on him. First shot ends up putting a weaken on him, which is great because now I can just get even more damage with the shatters. There's the first champion. We're pretty much going to do the same thing to the second champion, except we're going to try and get him out from behind that pillar. The turret from the top was shattering, was freezing this guy, so I should have moved down further, but to remedy this loss of time right now, walk down, let him get LOS of you so he starts charging you, and then just use your pulse rifle if you're using a pulse rifle. If not, use your grenade. You can always sit at the entrance of the boss room before going in to let anything recharge that you need to let recharged. Was trying not to pick up that ammo there, but we ended up picking it up anyway. I'm trying to aggro him by shooting. Doesn't work. Now it works because he got LOS of me. That's why I said that earlier. We're going to stun. We're going to weaken with that, and then we're just going to use it because I see 3 bricks in front of me. We're going to wait a second. We're going to get the stun. We're going to swap and use this because there's ammo in front of me. And behind me, apparently. I forgot that was there. It's been a couple of hours. I think I completed this at 9, and it's midnight right now. But I also had to convert them first because my raw files are like this run. The raw file for this was 268 gigs. All right, boss room. There's a spawn there on that plate. There's a spawn back left. There's a spawn middle. There's a spawn back right. There's a spawn on right plate. Those are the spawns. There's also a spawn in the middle in front of the where we have to clear the corruption. The first champion's going to spawn right there. All right, let's get to it. We're going to go up here. We're going to clear the corruption. We're going to go top left, throw our grenade in the very middle, then super. It is an overload champion, so we're going to need the slow. We're primarily focusing on the slow. Use your healing rift before your super, because your healing rift consumes some super energy. It's an overload chieftain, like I said, so we're using the gun that can just apply Infinistun on them. We know we have extra ammo waiting for us in areas, so we're just going to use... I should have not used the abilities right there. I should have just used weapons. Again, hindsight is 2020. That time I tried to use my weapon in order to get a freezing grenade out faster, so that way we can get our grenade. Now, here's where I talk about Devour and Healing Rift being nice. I proc Devour on all these things. I don't really have to worry about it. This is good cooldown usage. That's good behavior. I fall off at the end. You'll see. It gets a little hectic. But here we go. Now we're just doing damage. We're chunking. Kinda. Trying to get that bait and switch going. I am just praying that he doesn't shoot one of those shots. And he didn't. I am very happy. Get a grenade out. Use it defensively here. It's going to freeze the things that are pushing me. Again. Boom. There's Devour. I'm set. Now anything that I take out heals me. No matter how they get taken out. Once an ability takes something out. That's it. You got Devour. Alright. Now. Just stay behind these pillars. I suggest staying behind the one that I'm at. It gets a little sketchy here. But we're okay. I use my melee to shatter the stasis crystal, which shatters and takes everything out around me. That's the volatile tonic in works, and our subclass. Even more damage, takes everything out. We're about to send the boss. There we go. When it gets the white shield. Remember this place? I said, hey, we're going to come back here. I did leave myself some ammo right over there. There's more ammo there. I choose not to use grenades. You can sit all the way back here and let them form a single file line to you. Take them out. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So, slow down. You got this. All right. Take everything out. Safe. Look for Screebs. This next part, I remember, hey, I need to jump across. So I decided to throw my grenade over there, then jump across and spawn stuff in, then go back. Now the stuff spawned in. Immediately turn around. Thought that was going to do more than it did, and it didn't. I believe the Overload champ spawned in one of those invincibility totems. I believe that's what happened there, but I don't know. I see these Screebs. This is where I was like, remember these Screebs. I may almost die to them. To me, that was close. Okay? I didn't actually get hit, but that was close. The reason why I'm using my grenade here is because I said this mentally. I vividly remember it. I will sit here in front of the teleporter and let my stuff recharge, which I end up having to do because I'm not taking him out. Well, I guess I did take him out affected with darkness. There was energy behind me. There's energy ammo here. We're full. And here's where I sit. I'm like, wait. Reload. Wait for my grenade. Do not go through here without your grenade. Don't. Once you go through here, everything spawns in. Once you do go through, there's going to be an Unstop champ that spawns somewhere. I thought it spawned in the back. I guess it didn't. It spawned down below, maybe. I don't exactly know. No, it spawned right here in the middle. There's the Unstop. There's a Bane Abomination. Oh, it was horrible. Anyway, I'm like, all right, I have to focus the champion. My main goal... Look at all this damage resistance, by the way. This is a solo GM. My main goal there was the champion. After the champion is done, there's like 6 to 8 waves of little enemies that'll spawn in until they stop spawning in. Or if you manage it well, like we do here, just you can take them out before everything, before the 6 to 8 waves spawn in. But it does get a little hectic. The Banes add an interesting, for lack of better terminology, flair to it, because that was good cooldown usage there with the grenade, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, we get it done. Hindsight, again, being 2020, don't put your grenades up on top because you don't really get to utilize the storm. And yes, it's up higher to see everything. These stasis crystals, I'm so afraid of shooting them with my grenade launchers and doing a lot of damage. I know that I have a bunch of ammo. I know this is, you know, I see a bunch of ammo around me. Don't be afraid to run around. I proc Devour there and then run. We're going to throw another grenade. As long as you're moving perpendicular to them, you can keep moving and be okay. Those totems are a priority. Take them out as often and as fast as you can. I see those things frozen over there at the last minute, so I decide to just go ahead and use s.a.b.e.r. This was a not a good grenade use or transcendence use. It was okay. I guess I remember this now. I guess that this did kind of work out, but like I just wasted 2 key abilities. Now we've got the Meteor's Bane Wraith, and super annoying, but transcendence grenades do work. I'm trying to get my grenade back in time, and we don't quite get it back, but we do get our normal grenade. I hear these balls, those ball things coming into my left, and then I look at the boss's health, and I'm already starting the super. So, here, if you happen to just, like, let's say you come into here with no super. This is what you do. Right now, I'm just wasting my super because I want the kills and the orbs that I get to recharge. Remember these guys? Watch out. They will push you. The best way to counter them, when right before they slam the ground, they'll swing it a little bit, and then they'll slam the ground right before they do that. Jump. And you won't get frozen, because the freezing thing can't traverse through air. Anyway, now that those 4 guys are taken care of, there will be 4 of them. Now just take stuff out. I'm like, you know what? Do I want to use my grenade? I might as well use my grenade, but get it close enough to the far edge so that way it can freeze not only these guys in front of me, but also the guys behind on the next platform, which it does end up happening. It's not shooting anything in the corner. That's how I know there's nothing there. The turret's shooting across the way. There is ammo there. You can go across here and get the ammo. Just don't let the overload champ see you. There is somebody hiding across here. They will go far enough left to hide from you that you can just go to the left side of your platform and you can see them every time, guaranteed. At me in the comments if it doesn't work. There's the ammo. The chieftain didn't get LOS, like damage LOS of me, so he's still chilling up there. He didn't put up any totems. So now we're going to clear this side. We're almost halfway to our super. You know, accidents happen. We probably could have completed it much faster if I only had the, you know, I've got full ammo on heavy and energy. I don't have to clear this side. I could just go clear the champion and leave. If you are that lucky, then, hey, you know, be blessed. But you know, insurmountable mechanic here. And right here, I say that, and it's like deja vu. Right here, I was literally thinking, okay, I don't need an insurmountable mechanic moment. I have to make sure, so you'll see me carefully jump across these things and check every corner for things because I do not want to die at this point. It is the final boss damage phase. Just don't be the insurmountable mechanic. You hear that? editor me turned that part up a little bit. It was like talking or making sounds. Anyway, we're going to throw our grenade. Be careful, this guy can one-shot you if he hits you with all 3 of his shots. I tried to get the quick stun on him, but I aimed a little bit too low. There's the stun. This will go away because I stunned him before it spawned. And now we're just laying into him because I see an ammo brick up there. I know there's an ammo brick behind me, and we will not be coming back to this room at this moment. Like, this is the final time we'll be in this room, so any ammo, make sure you pick it up. So if you have a lot of bricks, don't be afraid to use it on a champion or something. Now, I go through, should have waited for my super, but I didn't. Remember, there will be a champion that spawns in. I believe it is an overload. I asked, this is when I start fumbling. I slipped down the stairs, messed up that grenade. Now I'm playing on my heels. I'm panicking. I'm not going to lie. I remember, hey, get vertical. When those guys slam, they can't do anything. I'm using everything at my disposal. Then I realize, hey, I'm full ammo. Use it. There's the overload champion. I'm going to try and get this thing taken out. Nothing is hurting me from the right, so I'm just not giving anything value that's over there, and I'm hyper-focusing on this guy. We get our super. This guy's priority. Take him out. All right, now, proc Devour with our ability kills. We're healing. We're good. Stay mobile. That we stunned the boss, so that took out the that took out that one totem. But hey, another one spawned in. So that bait and switch little skibbity doobop that we did nothing. But hey, see, they shot this grenade. If that was a heavy shot, I could have been dead there. So I don't like using things that explode on impact like that, but we're out of super now. Now we got to rely on Devour. What better way to rely on Devour than in Transcendence? They're invincible. I'm waiting. I decide to throw the grenade on the totem, which doesn't quite work, but I am able to take the totem out before the grenade explodes and suppresses things. We're going to toss the grenade down there. Now I'm like, all right, I have nothing. I literally look down. I remember thinking this. I have nothing. Stuff just spawned in. Play smart. Super defensive. Use abilities. So see, I use all 3 abilities to get that melee kill. Now, these guys are my immediate threat. Take them out. This guy over here is there, but we're going to do that. I shouldn't have jumped over, but Devour. See, like I said, we rely on Devour. The boss is low here. There's a champion. Or not a champion. There's one of those invincibility totems. Same thing. They're horrible. I'm trying to focus on damage. We're just going to get away. We're going to let auto-loading holster do its thing, and we're just going to get away. We have plenty of ammo for this. We're going to start using it. The boss is not invincible, but guess what? I can't hit a shot. When he has the blue shield at the bottom, that means he's invisible or shielded by one of those invincibility totems. There's another invincibility totem. I'm still freaking out at this point because I'm like, dude, he's so low. I don't need to die right now. There are 2 Banes on the field. What's shielding him? That. All right, now what I need to do. Where's the boss? There's the boss. Take him out. Hit him. Thank goodness. Now just don't die. Everything will despawn. Calm down. We did it. So, it can go to heck in a handbasket super fast, but better cooldown management. Like I said, when I slipped down the stairs, that's when everything kind of fell apart. Discipline. Anyway, like I said, 44 minutes, about 44 minutes, I think I said. 452 kills. If y'all liked it, make sure you please hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Our next goal is 425 subs or 525 subs, and we're at 511, I believe. So I greatly appreciate you all. And then if you think this video will help others, make sure you share it with them, please. You can use a build like this on any subclass, by the way. I'm just a Warlock main. I appreciate you all very much, and I'll see you in the next one.